Welcome back to Lantern Insights. Today we are once again playing Abzan Lantern, building off of the list that we played in the last video. If it's your first time here, this channel totally dedicated to Lantern Control in Modern. Excited to have you. If you've never seen the deck before, it relies on the card Lantern of Insight, the namesake of the deck, which says that players play with the top card of their library revealed. You then pair that with something like Codex Shredder, which says tap to have target player mill a card to control what they draw from the top of their deck. You combine that with hand disruption like Inquisition and Thoughtseize to remove any threats from their hand, and then a card in Snaring Bridge, kind of the last piece of the puzzle, locks them down, prevents them from attacking. This list changes a few things from the last video as kind of looking to improve it and modernize the deck list a bit more. The first thing, the land, we added the white-black pathway for one copy of the black-green pathway, just to make it a bit more um, even in the balance. I guess there's still an extra concealed courtyard over Blooming Marsh um, that I don't hate that, as prismatic ending on one can be very important. And then we added one welding jar. It was a card in the last league we were really wanting it a lot. So we added one to the main board and one to the sideboard, and then cut one copy of Grafdigger's Cage to make room, and replaced Duress with Inquisition of Kozilek. I think it's just generally a more versatile card in this meta, and is better suited here. We might keep Duress in mind in the future, as I don't think it's bad, but we're just going to play Inquisition for now. In the sideboard, first thing we did was cut the ley lines. They're really good against burn, but burn isn't very common, and they're not great against too much else. So we're playing two copies of Gaddock Teague. Just a good value creature, and we're in the right colors for it. Well, we will see with white-green how, I mean, we have the Glimmervoid and Spire of Industry, so we should be okay casting it. We then moved to the second copy of Grafdigger's Cage into the sideboard, added a Void Mirror, which stops players from suspend, basically. Can be good against Tron too. And yeah, not totally certain what this card should be. Have Void Mirror in there right now, but likely gonna switch that up. I kind of want something against energy, but I don't know what we're looking at there. A lot of the red lists play Pyroclasm, but we're not in red. I guess we could be in red technically, but with only 8 sources, I don't think that's super viable. And then another copy of Welding Jar. In the main deck, Opal and Mishra's Bauble are kind of two cards I've gotten questions about. Opal, a lot of lists aren't playing it or only playing one copy. I don't like the idea of playing one copy. If I played it at all, I'd play 4, or we're just trying it out without it first. Because speed isn't totally our problem right now. I would say it's more consistency and being able to find a bridge. Like landing a bridge on turn 2 is less important these days. And then the baubles, honestly, I don't totally know what to cut. Probably trim a land, just do some trimming, but I'm kind of liking the feel of it without baubles. It'll probably be in various versions, but for now, this is what we're playing with. Yeah, we're gonna just run it through a league, see how this new slight improvement version feels. So let's get into game one. All right, starting off on the play again. We'd love to see it. And Glimmervoid Haywire Might just dies to removal. Um, this might be worse. I don't have a lot of faith in being able to blind Needle. So with that in mind, we're gonna do that and that. And then I think we hold the hand disruption for a turn because we're waiting anyway. Okay, not great. Mulling down to 5, but you know, it is what it is. The Raven Caller. Ooh, Eldrazi. Eldrazi is definitely better than just traditional Tron. Inquisition might not be great here. And yeah, so Trinisphere or Flesh Raker. Like Flesh Raker kills us, Karn kills us. We're so dead. Loki, we should. It's gonna be a quick game to sprinkle in here. There's just no way with Karn coming down and we're like they either play the Flesh Raker on 2. We don't have an answer for it. Damping Sphere, Damping Sphere, Void Mirror. Gaddock Teague is for Karn. Karn, great creator. Good against that. And then in terms of what we don't need against Eldrazi, I mean, against Eldrazi, Bridge is pretty important. I don't like. I want to take Cookbook out, but then there's always the chance of like, oh, they draw Flesh Raker. We don't have a way of dealing with it. Inquisition is probably fine. I think we can trim some prismatic endings. And then maybe one in Welding Jar. Because we're more... The things that actually matter are not the destroy spells. Okay. This is much better. I think we put Cookbook to the bottom and just hope our hate pieces plus Fomori Vault are enough. We're gonna put Cookbook on the bottom, and then we're gonna lead on Lantern and go right into Gaddock Teague. No, we're gonna lead on Blast Zone. That is. Guess we're gonna need a Pithing Needle. Yes, we're gonna go Pathway into Damping Sphere. Expedition map. I think that's fine. This is really good on top. Because then next turn, we go Damping Sphere here. We can go Fomori Vault, Pixis of Pandemonium, Gaddock Teague. And then Gaddock Teague shuts down all their Planeswalkers, their top end stuff, and Snaring Bridge. We then just need a Pithing Needle for Blast Zone, or I guess they could play Boseiju. That would be an option. I haven't seen green out of them. That's maybe more a traditional Tron thing. But Gaddock Teague plus Ensnaring Bridge, we can't. Maybe we should have gone. Forgot Damping Sphere affects us too. Definitely, maybe should have gone Gaddock Teague and then Pixis. Like Gaddock Teague and then Pixis Damping Sphere the next turn. Because we are also kind of locked into one spell a turn off Damping Sphere. Cavern of Souls, uncounterable. That's fine. I think if they're playing Eldrazi, that we can definitely beat. So we're going to go Fomori Vault. And then I think we go Bridge here because they can't play a 4-drop Planeswalker anyway. And so if we go Bridge, then next turn we can go Gaddock Teague plus Pixis of Pandemonium. And that actually kind of works out. Because Eldrazi Temple will just tap for 1. Yes, very much will need that Pithing Needle for Blast Zone. Because Blast Zone on 2 is going to be pretty good. Cavern of Souls, like we're not countering anything, so that's fine. Maybe they're playing... I don't even know. Is there an Eldrazi counterspell? Guess we're going to lead on Pixis. And then white, green, and 1 Gaddock Teague. Takes them off card. We'll see what they have. Oh, if they tick up Blast Zone, can they use it right away? Yeah, they can. Maybe I should have held it. It depends. Okay, they didn't tick it up. I don't know what they can get off map, but I don't want them to have another one. Flesh Raker, we don't love it, but not worth popping Lantern over. Eldrazi Temple. Honestly, I would like them to play out creatures. Souls, that's nice looking Cavern of Souls, actually. What are they playing for 4? It'd be funny if they're trying to play card. Eldrazi. Oh, a white Eldrazi? Uh, what's the white Eldrazi? Oh, not what I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be a problem. Maybe I underestimated how much this would kill us by. We're going to do this anyway. Prismatic Ending. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of the... Oh, Pithing Needle on top. That's perfect. So, Gaddock might be an on-bow with Prismatic Ending. Didn't think that. So I like Prismatic Ending as a removal spell. How it interacts with Gaddock will definitely be something to look at. I mean, if we let him get Dismember, then he can remove Gaddock. So kind of interesting that Dismember's still in the deck. I think we kind of have to sacrifice Lantern here because Gaddock is doing a lot of heavy lifting. It feels bad. I mean, next turn we're Pithing Needle on Blast Zone, and that's it. But like, I don't hate where we're at. I'm guessing, based on his comment, that a lot of his sideboard gets shut down by Gaddock. Because here, obviously, he has 5 mana, but he can't play half the stuff in his hand. We don't have to worry about Seagate Wreckage because he's never going to get empty-handed. I think these just tap for 1. Yeah, I mean, that's why we left Pithing Needle on the top of the deck. And then, so we're going to play Pithing Needle. Okay, there's an argument that maybe he should have just blown it up on 1. Blast Zone. I mean, we do very much need a Lantern, but Fomori should be good to dig. We're just gonna have 6 here. Like, he's not doing anything. Inquisition. Okay, given that he's not doing anything, I think it makes more sense to take a spin, see what we... Like, he would have played something relevant. And then it's actually perfect. And Gaddock is legendary, so there's no point in having 2 of them. I guess Urza Saga's not perfect, but it does find us a Lantern in 2 more turns. Because then if we're just milling around removal spells for... Sorry about that. If we're just milling around removal spells for Gaddock, that makes things a lot better. Okay, Urza Saga's going to trigger. Pithing Needle. That's a good card. No responses to that. Question becomes again, he didn't play anything. So I think we can get rid of the Prismatic Ending. See what we get. We're going to grab the Lantern. And then play Lantern. Thought Not Seer is fine. It doesn't matter. He can take the Pithing Needle from us. It's not winning us the game now. Okay, we're gonna let him draw Thought Knot. Again, probably getting a Codex Shredder off of Urza Saga because anything that is relevant, I think he would play. So hopefully our sideboard cards can carry us pretty well here. He's playing something. Ooh, he has like one of those, like Lamog or something, or he's just playing Thought Knot. He played for 7. Okay, make your spawn. Yeah, okay, maybe we will have to get Cookbook. Uh, this is fine. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I see how getting Cookbook here would be good. Uh, so we're just gonna float mana. Like with one Pixis, they are not a deck that draws a ton of cards anyway. So we are just gonna do this, and we are gonna activate Vault. 1, 2, 3. Discarding that. Let's go get probably just another land. And we're gonna play this, and then I mean, what can they even cast here? Honestly, I don't really know. Um, there's like so little. I mean, we'll go expedition map. Oh, the search thing where I'm naming doesn't show up. Um, the Thoughtseize, I guess, is a good card just to know like 100%, 100%. Ugin's Labyrinth, again, lands are lands. They can attack with the Eldrazi spawn. I mean, if he's just dropping 7 drops that are creatures that don't exile something when he plays them, yeah, Thought Not Seer, that's fine. The good news is a lot of his deck is lands and ways of finding lands. So now with Expedition Map needled, he can have that. The yeah, Thought Not Seer, that's fine. We don't really have any answer to the Flesh Taker, Flesh Raker. Uh, Thoughtseize. Just see what he's working with. Kern, Ugin. Yeah. So I can see why in the last video people were recommending Gaddock Teague. He yeah, I think we got it here. It's gonna be Kozilek's Command. Obviously we're not gonna let him have that one. Uh, that's a lot of no response. You got it, buddy. But again, they don't draw cards, they don't do like good deck. Once the lock's established, they don't have a ton of ways to get out of it. And Fomori Vault is digging like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cards here. End step will Pixis. We don't really need another bridge, and we don't want them to have Kozilek's Command. Power Plant. They're just seeing all our sideboard cards. I mean, they have Cavern of Souls. Currently, they're only. I think we'll play it, honestly. We have to spend colored mana on our spells too. A lot of people bring in Void Mirror against Lantern. It's not good against Lantern because all your lands make colored mana. It's only good if they have like just Urza Saga, and that's what they're trying to play off of. But most of the time, Void Mirror is totally dead against Lantern. Mind Stone, we're gonna mill a Mind Stone. Just don't want them getting instant speed draw. Yeah, I mean they can't actually cast it. Um, it's just milling him out fast now. I guess clock was kind of our main concern, even though like they can't do anything. Thought Not Seer they can play. I'm gonna Fomori Vault this away actually, because we're looking for a 1-drop. Like we're looking for a mana rock. And we got a Codex Shredder. So I'm gonna play Codex Shredder. We'll probably discard the Saga to Cookbook. I think it's pretty GG's here. We do like looking at their deck. I mean, Voidmere very strong. Obviously, we haven't seen any. They gotta have like a basic somewhere. Or not letting them have another Flush Raker. That would be bad. I mean, you got. We're just gonna yield till end of turn. Start using our stops a bit more efficiently, just to mill them out. Actually, a pretty long game considering how short game one was. What is good for us is they have to skip through. Amelia, Kozilek's Command, exile from both of us. Ugin. Yeah, you can have an Ugin. And we'll do this, and then just to be safe, this. Crack the food. And then we're gonna chill. Yeah, you can draw Ugin. It's fine. I mean, yeah, Devourer of Destiny, exile target permanent that's one or more colors. You know what we don't play? Any permanents that are one or more colors. Still gonna get rid of it because we do kind of have to kill them. Kozilek's Command, I don't want you having that. I don't want you having that. Mindstone, I mean, again, like we can let them have anything because they can't cast a thing. But if they somehow get a basic through or something, we're just gonna grab the Codex Shredder, and then we're gonna play the Codex Shredder, and then we're gonna use Pixis, and then we're gonna F6. Shouldn't be too many turns now with 3 mill rocks. That's 4 cards a turn. That's like 7 turns. I mean, seven turns is I guess kind of a lot. I don't mean to say that 7 turns is nothing, but in the grand scheme of things, it feels like it's approaching. And yeah, Gaddock doesn't say counter spells, it just says they can't be cast, which is really important because they can't cast their things to get out of Seagate Wreckage. So that's not something we have to worry about. Trinisphere. Trinisphere's on turn 2 is pretty good. And then activate Fomori Vault. Part of me kind of wants to let them have Mind Stone. Another Codex Shredder. We're looking at like how many cards? Looking at a ton of cards. But we'll see, we'll see. Like I could let them draw it, but I mean the realistic part is I could let them draw it just so they try to cast it. See, this is exactly why I did not use Pixis there. may have noticed some of the other times I was using Pixis before Codex Shredder, and then I thought, what if they're playing a Shuffle Eldrazi? I would not like them. I would not like that at all. So I literally thought, I was like, what if they're playing it? Let's let's use Shredder first. Save Pixis. And they were playing Kozilek. So now we know there might be a second one in there. Gonna mill you. That was very important. Yeah, if we let them get Kozilek, I guess they would have had it in hand, which is better than on the library, like, but then they could have just drawn to hand size and discarded it. I thought not seer. I guess we can gain life. Just so Thought Knot is going to deal 2 damage to us, but that's kind of whatever. And then F6. 14 minutes for game 3 should be fine. We're using, yeah, so they do, oh, snow-covered wastes. That's basic. Thought it was a snow-covered swamp. And they're just going to play Thought Knot. I guess if they had some way of killing their Thought Knot Seers, they could make us draw cards. There's that, yeah, that white Eldrazi that flickers things. It could be cool. But we're, yeah, we're like within 40 seconds of them. Within a minute, I think is fine. Yeah, getting back in the habit of managing clock better. A lot easier in paper. Dismember, not gonna let you have that. Also, don't think I want you to have a basic swamp. Well, I would like that. Codex Shredder. Well, I know what we're grabbing. It's the top card. Low-key, we should probably grab another Pixis. Just in case they happen to have double Kozilek or something like that. Okay, the one thing about the basic is it does turn off Void Mirror. Probably should have Codex Shreddered that for this reason. This doesn't shuffle. But that is bad for me, so we're just gonna mill that. Mind Stone, I mean, you can't cast it, but I don't want you to have it. Karn, you can have. Feels so weird letting them. Oh, they can't even cast Kozilek's command with Gaddock Teague. Okay, this card's actually good. Oh, I mean, okay, so what do we see? Pending and Gaddock Teague, big non-vote. Is there much we're gonna have to remove? I think the answer is we would rather Pithing Needle than Prismatic Ending. Of what we saw, it's like Mind Stone that we're exiling. So I actually think Prismatic Ending's just dead. Could do Extirpate. I'm not too worried about the Shuffle Kozilek, like we have Pixis. Could do Torpor Orb. But like it feels doing that just for Fleshraker. The other option is just bringing in Big Tezzeret. Like if we have Bridge and Gaddock Teague and we're hiding behind that. It says target artifact, not target creature. Or we could bring another Inquisition to get rid of something like Dismember. I think that's probably the play. I mean, they might just run us over here. Turn 1, Inquisition. Turn 2, Thoughtseize Lantern. Turn 3, Gaddock Teague. Might be too slow, honestly. Yeah, you got it. Maybe we should have mulliganed. Mulliganed pretty aggressively. Well, that makes it a bit easier. Because we can go Blackland, Inquisition. Okay, so I'm assuming Tower, Power Plant, Mind Stone, they're going for Tron. Turn 2, Damping Sphere is going to be pretty good against that. Power Plant. Shouldn't have cracked it now. They're getting mine. I mean, yeah, we are it's fine, I can play Spire. Probably should have played Spire because if I draw Urza Saga, I'll want to play that, and then I can't play Gaddock Teeg. I mean, Damping Sphere does slow us down a lot, but it's kind of just the best at shutting down the lands. So like we are really low curve deck, so it can tax us a lot. Yeah, so they were tapping for something. I think we Thoughtseize plus Lantern here. Thought Not Seer. Don't want them having that. Just because it's a creature. Lantern of Insight. Uh, they need to get up to 10 lands, and we need to find a Void Mirror. Or a Thoughtseize. That's 5 cards in the next 7 turns. I think it's okay. Oh, they would have had a swamp under it. Oh, and they just concede. I will take it. I think they had a window there. If they drew lands for, well, 0 fun. Well, good game. If they drew lands for the Ugin, Ulamog, whatever Eldrazi was, if they drew lands for it, I think they could have had it. But I am glad they had 0 fun. That's what we like to see here. I mean, what can be better than starting on the play once again? I think in both videos combined, we have a pretty good, we got Saga. Now the question is turn 1 or turn 2 Saga. I think if we had Bridge, probably turn 1, but without Bridge, turn 2, because it can kind of be a mini Bridge. Let's take that off, so we go right to main. Yeah, so far, I'm liking. I've always been a fan of it, Abzan. I think from like early on, I just think I've thought Abzan was the best version for a while, and obviously I see a lot of different versions. I mean, Bowmasters, looking like something Jund. Mm, Hollow one. Again, speculating here. Street Wraith, Red, Bowmasters. Do you keep a No Lander? Yeah, it's definitely a Hollow one. So we would like a shoot or Death Shadow Hollow One hybrid. Um, yeah, Saga. Ooh, really got all the stops on my. I think we play. Well, Haywire Might's just gonna get killed by. But I guess you can. That'll actually make it so these are 4/4s. And then for this, the question is, he's already played Street Wraith. I think we gotta do the classic look up a deck mid game. Hollow one. Uh, well, nothing has changed too much. There's not really anything new, so it's kind of just what cycling card do we want to get rid of? And I think given that we know they have the marauding Mako, they're probably not cycling it anyway, but Pithing Needle's pretty dead here. Not the right matchup for Pithing Needle. Is the right matchup for Welding Jar and its Snaring Bridge, as that's very hard for them to beat. Something like Ox Vagonis, that can be a problem for us. But if we can make, like, we're gonna take 4, we can make 5, 2, like we can make 2 6/6s. That's actually pretty good. 6. Okay, we're gonna build a wall. We're gonna have to take like 12 damage to get 14 damage to get that wall started. Because they do have Bowmasters in hand. Yeah, they're gonna exile the Arid Mesa. Okay, so very punished for not mulliganing to bridge. That is the one thing I like, kind of those profane tutor versions. They just have more copies of bridge. So I'll probably be playing some of that in the future. If one of these lanterns was an Underworld's cookbook, I'd actually love that. Another Goyf. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to like, I think our only line is to take 8, go down to 5, and then just vomit a couple tokens out that are big guys. Like with their creature. Oh, Inti has haste off the arena, right? So I guess that does. Okay, that's good. Top lands. They're only. I guess they're playing Nether Goyf, which is gonna be big. And their graveyard is mainly Grafdigger's Cage, which doesn't stop. Thoughtseize we don't really care about right now. So we'll let them attack. Maybe they don't attack because they're scared of Bolt, or just attack with Hollow One. I think if they don't attack, that would be really good for us. Because I'd rather be at 13 than less. Yeah, I don't think we want to trade. Or it would just be chump. I think we take 5 here, go down to 8. And then honestly, if they Thoughtseize us, they're probably taking... Like, they're going to draw the Thoughtseize, but they're probably taking Haywire Might. Oh, they discard Bowmasters. That's good. Okay, so we're going to make 1, 2 Constructs, and a Codex Shredder. So that'll be 6 6s. Discard 1 or more cards, put that many on this creature. That's fine, because then we'll get another Saga. Like our land, I mean, they're gonna Thoughtseize. Hopefully they take Thoughtseize. Because then Haywire Might's another artifact count. Yeah, they took Haywire Might. Okay, they kind of know what they're doing. End of turn. I'm gonna make some big creatures here. They could have Fatal Push in hand. Let me get rid of one of these. So we're gonna draw the Urza Saga. Yeah, Pithing Needle on top. Glad to be shuffling that away. And again, if we get Codex Shredder and then are just able to find Bridge, that kind of wins us the game. I mean, now 3 years the Sagas might win us the game on their own. We're not attacking yet. You can have the Mako Hollow One. Yeah, so I think at this point, given that we have 2 Sagas, we will trade if we get the option with the Hollow One. I think that's a fine deal. The one thing we do have to note is if we're trading, but then blocking something else, whether or not the other one's gonna die, and it has like damage marked on it, and then its power shrinks. So say this was a 4/4, or this was a 5/5, and then we traded but blocked the other one, they'd all die. I think all the creatures dying is just good for us. Wonder, where's that card Bontu's Last Reckoning? It's that 3 mana wipe, but then you don't untap your lands. Could be interesting. I've seen it in sideboards before. I've never personally played with it, but if you have, let me know. I'd be interested in flying haste. Gets +2/+2 and has flying and haste. Well then, uh, uh, that's a card. I was in the graveyard all along, wasn't it? We could have got Grafdigger's Cage. Yeah, we'll let them hit us. Go down to 0. I mean, any game you don't find bridge is going to be hard against Hollow One. I think because of that, we do kind of care about the graveyard. Probably the, and definitely the welding jar. Fleshbringer Extirpate could be useful, actually. Um, yeah, you got it, buddy. Pop us for 8. We'll be on the play again. And, okay. Pithing Needle. So we're for sure bringing in Welding Jar. We're bringing in Grafdigger's Cage. And then we're taking out probably 2 copies of Pithing Needle. And their sideboard, like everything they have in the sideboard for us does not get hit with Pithing Needle. So it's kind of just totally dead. So with that in mind, Extirpate is probably better than the last copy of Pithing Needle. Haywire Might is at least a chump blocker, so I'll leave it in. I guess you could bring in the other Extirpates. Prismatic Ending only because they do have some early threats. You know, something like Inti that we saw, that's good card to looting. The Mako. Yes, we'll basically always take the play. The one exception to that being against 8 rack sometimes. I think we keep. We probably have to go Welding Jar Codex Shredder off the Glimmer Void on turn 1 just because we don't want to risk having it get blown up. I guess the other option is Urza Saga. I mean, if you Welding Jar Thoughtseize, you're taking artifact removal anyway if you see it. Or for sure. I think we're just gonna do that. Now, one thing that I do in life is usually when I'm working, I sing to myself. And I think so far on the channel, I've done a pretty good job of avoiding that. Gonna hope to avoid it for the rest of this channel's life, but little interesting. I mean, we could prismatic ending it. I think just making sure we get another land is more important. Courtyard, any order. Now, how important is getting? I think getting Lantern down is more important, and the next turn we can Thoughtseize plus prismatic ending. And then Bridge comes down, they'll have 1 unknown card in hand. Blood Crypt. The other thing is if we get Urza Saga on 2 and then they Blood Moon, that wouldn't be bad for us. It's kind of funny how Blood Moon went from super bad for Lantern because it kills Saga to still pretty bad for Lantern, but it has some cases where it's not as bad. I do kind of miss the Mishra's Baubles. Probably put those back in. I know people go up and down on Bauble. I really like, they're just very low curve, like aggressive versions of Lantern. Okay, I get it's a control deck, but it is sometimes good. Did they add cards? Did they start with more than 60? They might have? Not sure. We're gonna take some damage. That's fine. I think it'll depend what we draw here. Ancient Stirrings. So the question is, do we want to make 3/3s? Or do we want to... I think we're just gonna Stirrings, hope for a Lantern. Honestly, we could grab the Swamp, so that next turn we are in better shape. Because the next turn we can Pending and Thoughtseize. Or, sorry, Pending and Bridge. And the question is, do we want to Thoughtseize and Bridge in the same turn? That actually might be better. Just do that. Just to get rid of something, card out of hand. It doesn't feel great, but I also don't hate it at the same time. So they're going to get one more turn of attacking with Inti, and the next turn we go Swamp, Thoughtseize, and Snaring Bridge after floating mana and getting Lantern with Urza's Saga. I guess they could have Thoughtseize. Or they could have one of those, which are kind of the namesake card of the deck. So we... Is this going to trigger once a turn? Nope. So we did get rid of the Thoughtseize. All down. You may play that card until your next end step. Well, he can play it to get rid of the Welding Jar. Or if he finds another land, he can play it to get rid of the Welding Jar and Codex Shredder. Yeah, we're just going to sack to regenerate that. I think he should have attacked first in case he got a land, no? Like, I don't know if I'm missing something, but I think that's what I would have done. Hollow One is a deck, you know, there's some decks where the lock's pretty easy to maintain. They do have because so many of their cards just have cycling on them. Well, he ended up exiling a Bowmasters anyway, and discarded a Thoughtseize. He probably should have just cast Thoughtseize. Yeah, so we're gonna float mana, and then we're gonna go get Lantern of Insight, and then we're gonna play Swamp. This doesn't do anything. 2, 3, and Snaring Bridge. I mean, if he has another Meltdown or something in hand, we're dead. That's fine. Another Goyf. Well, it comes down to what he has in hand. We're gonna have 3 Mill Rocks, which, even though I just said can be hard to lock, 3 is more than enough. So, sorry, he has 2 unknowns, one of which, no, these are exiled. What do you got? He doesn't have a land, so he has 2 non-lands. He's playing something, no? I think he's thinking Detective's Phoenix. That's fine. Again, can't attack. Like, if Bridge dies, we die. That is... I mean, there are a lot of games where if Bridge dies, we die. Gaddock Teague dies, we die. So, not... Second Bridge, that's good against targeted removal. Not good against Meltdown. But I think like we're letting him have lands. If he has Meltdown, he has Meltdown. No, he doesn't. Okay. Well, the question is, because he's playing Meltdown, do we want Gaddock Teague? And then the question is, how easy is it for them to kill Gaddock? And is that more important than Extirpate, because most of what they're doing from the graveyard is small? And he's maybe more important than Prismatic Ending. One thing is Gaddock is not the easiest to cast on this mana base, just because obviously black's the primary color, and then kind of green and white are both like tied for secondary. Now, like this is what I'm talking about, where you have white, we don't have green. On the draw, we go turn 1 Courtyard Inquisition, turn 2 Pending, and then hopefully relying kind of more on Saga. I don't hate it. I also think not mulliganing isn't terrible against this deck when they play the symmetrical card draw like Burning Inquiry. So now the question is, do we want an Inquisition or Codex Shredder first? Or sorry, Inquisition or Prismatic Ending, and I think just Inquisition is better. Probably Thoughtseize. They're gonna get some cards anyway. I think we go Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's good. And then we can Prismatic Ending plus Codex Shredder, and then make tokens. And then it'll depend what they're able to get off of looting and Street Wraith. Maybe we should have mulliganed for bridge. Yeah, this gets big pretty quickly actually. That's a good one drop for the deck. Now this is why I like Prismatic Ending better than an Assassin's Trophy, because it's there for the early creatures. I know Assassin's Trophy kind of plays a different role, but then if you're using Assassin's Trophy for that different role, you kind of have to have something early to discard. And this is a clock and a half. I'm assuming a shock. Blood Crypt. They have 4 cards in hand. We know 2 of them. We know 1 of their 3 cards in hand. Like 6 damage. Holy cow. So we're going to take 6. That'll put us at 14. Yeah. I mean, hopefully Saga can do something. And we're just going to Prismatic Ending that. I mean, the other thing is with Assassin's Trophy, like we're just taking 9. We're down to 5 if we don't remove the Maku. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that word. Arena of Glory. Like I feel like constructs can make us survive long enough, as we have 1 artifact and then the 2 constructs plus the artifact plus Lantern off of Saga. And if they play Blood Moon here, we are really struggling. Not all this play it. That's what we gotta hope for. So we'll see. What do you got? That is, I mean, it depends. Is he following that up with Hollowed Ones? Because if it's just no, because he needs a Street Wraith then. Now, how big can he make this Nether Goyf? Because if he can make it if he has artifacts, instants. Well, now this changes things. I think I still I think we still make a construct, and then if needed, we can... Yeah, I like going for constructs. I feel like without hand disruption, we're just missing... I don't hate it. Make him respect the constructs. Because if you just run out bridge and he has removal, your bridge just dies and you can't make constructs, but you can always make constructs first and then play bridge. Inti, good card. I mean, we are going to make some pretty chunky creatures here. Let's see what he finds off Inti. 4 Blood Crypt. Okay, down to 7. But then our turn to start making blockers. He has 1 card in hand. It may have been correct to just play bridge. Really depends on what that card is. What do we draw here? Blooming Marsh. I think, okay, so we make 4, play Stirrings. I mean, we're kind of just playing these guys for chump blockers as we develop our mana and then are able to play more in 1 turn. We can grab Lantern. Another one on top. So we're going to do this and Ancient Stirrings. We don't really want another land. We want to play land and go Ensnaring Bridge plus Shredder. Not attacking here. Inti has Trample. Okay, Detective's Phoenix. If he attacks, he can't play with haste. Like he can't. He can draw it off or exile it off Inti, but then he needs something else. He can flashback Looting. Meltdown. That kills us. Yeah. GG's. Maybe we should. I mean, if we play Bridge, he just plays Meltdown for more mana. So it didn't end up mattering in the end, but we'll get him back. Starting on a mulligan down to 6, and I think it's actually a pretty good hand. We got a early lock. I mean, we're missing a Thoughtseize, but hopefully we can find it. They're taking their time going to our upkeep. It's always fun. You never know if they actually have something or if they just have their stops set wrong. And this isn't. It's not legacy. I don't even know. There's not really much you do in here. Pre-game actions are passed already. So kind of just killing clock, but hoping to get back into the win column here. I like Fomori Vault. That is one card that's actually been very impressive. I didn't play with it too much before, like when I was playing. Like it never just felt like it didn't come up a lot. And it felt like recently it's just been coming up a ton and being very good when it does come up. So I like that. It can really dig. Spikefield Cave. So like Burn or Belcher. Probably like a Belcher. It's gotta be my guess. And we don't have a Pithing Needle, which is not good. Well, if they ritual out a Blood Moon here, we do have a forest. Or a swamp, sorry, not forest. We don't play forest in this list. Desperate Ritual. I mean, Desperate Ritual. Charbelcher. I mean, we are very dead without a Pithing Needle. So, Inquisition does not do it. Courtyard doesn't do it. Stirrings gives us a chance. We do play a good number of needles. We don't have double green. Oh yeah, wait, we're good, we're good, we're good. No, we're not. Those are green for stirrings. Haywire Might doesn't work. Um, yeah, there's no way for us to generate green mana. Unfortunate. They just had double ritual there. We do have a lot of hate for them. Man, Gaddock Teague, Pithing Needle. Now, what's not good against them? It's mono red. So they are going to be playing Blood Moon. Prismatic Ending isn't great. Ensnaring Bridge is also great. I don't know what they might have as a backup plan. Um, like the Blood Moons, they could have some creatures, but they're probably going to be the flippy lands. We kind of have to leave it's like 2 copies in because of that. I did used to play. I mean, the ley lines in the sideboard from the last version would come in. Because they are a combo deck, I think we want some number of extirpates. And then they are red, so we kind of want Welding Jar, which is a lot of cards in. Grafdigger's Cage, I don't think slows them down much. Cookbook doesn't help. And then maybe we'll go down to 1 Pexis. Or 1 Prismatic Ending, sorry, not Pexis. We're leaving those in. Yeah, I'm in on the plays where we want to be. We're prioritizing Hand Disruption and Pithing Needle. I mean, yeah, keep. Sure, it's a 1-lander, so we're definitely going to need another land, but I think we're just going to start on Pithing Needle. Because a lot of their first turn are going to be tap lands. So if we can slow them down enough and then replay this Hand Disruption. I mean, if we went ripped back-to-back lands that were Urza Saga, then another land. And, like we're hurting on lands, but we have the right hate, so hopefully we can slow them down a lot. Ooh, it's Ruby Storm with Charbelcher. Okay, okay. So I think we just take the land from them. Both because it's good against us and because it's a land. I mean, they can ritual something out here. Okay, we would really like a land. I mean, we're gonna take this dragon at some point. Yeah, it kind of sucks that we can't draw land here because we're getting the right hate. Okay, they found the second land, so they can play a Ruby Medallion. So we're gonna Thoughtseize to take the payoff. This Stormscale Dragon. I mean, very unfortunate because we do. I mean, we have Prismatic Ending for the Medallion. Oh, I mean, here's the question. This kills us with Ruby Medallion. Each of these become Desperate Ritual. So they play the dragon next turn with Storm, and we're dead. Because we don't have Bridge, and we don't have enough turn to get to Bridge. So we're kind of forced to take this. Like, yeah, they're going to be able to Ruby Medallion, but we don't have a choice. Because we can't draw land here. Yeah, they're just going to ritual something out. think it's just going to be 0-2 to Belcher. At least it'll be a quicker game than some. Wonder if they're doing that in order to play Ruby Medallion and Brotherhood's End. I mean, we're gonna save the Charbelcher with Welding Jar. We can't let that get down. I mean, like, we could hope we're gonna draw another land, but okay, so maybe he's doing that, and then he's gonna play. So we know the 3 cards his hand. I mean, Welding Jar will get rid of, like, we'll save the Pithing Needle. Yeah. So you're gonna Brotherhood's End. I mean, he's gonna have a Ruby Medallion in hand, and we're gonna have a Pithing Needle. Like, we're just gonna do that. Like, I mean, we're living on a prayer and a Pithing Needle. Let's get a clock going. 14 turns. This gives us a bit of redundancy. If his removal's Brotherhood's End, there's not a huge reason to play the second Pithing Needle. 1 card in hand. I mean, it could be a payoff. I think we take it. It's Ritual. And that stops him from playing. I mean, if he draws like an artifact removal spell, he then has to spend a turn. Like, spend a turn blowing up the artifacts and then a turn activating Belcher. Holy, we really cannot get a land to save our life. What is this, turn 7? 6 draws, and I've not seen a land? Love that for us. Bitter Union. Okay. I guess that it goes pretty well with the dragon. They were able to get them. This is a cool dragon. I didn't know it existed. Metamorphose. Yeah, Ritual. We'll see. Like, we're very dead. Oh, no, they didn't draw anything off Morphos. That's good for us. 2 cards. I guess just keep Inquisitioning them. Belcher and Ironcrag Feet. That's 2 good cards. It's not to 0 for 7 on a second land drop. I mean, like, if we had an Urza Saga on turn, like, we'd gotten 2 lands, could kill them pretty easily with constructs. Shatter Skull Smashing. Yeah, to kill our clock. I mean, we can, if we draw another land, we have Gaddock, which is also a clock. I guess we just mill them out in like 15 turns. I guess actually is a consideration because Charbelcher does deal damage based off of how many cards are there. So I don't hate milling them, but we milled a couple lands that also blow up our lands. This is perfect. Ancient Stirrings, Urza Saga, Any Order, Urza Saga. Okay, we ideally would like a second land here. Like just one more before they are able to do anything to then make some 5/5s. Alright, Pixis. Milieu. Oh, that's Arch is a very good card. And we got a land. This is perfect. I mean, okay, we need to fade like 1. If they don't have anything in hand right now, we're okay because we can make Construct and get Lantern. If they do have something in hand, then we're just dead. That's annoying. Okay, editing Lantern Insights here, and the video cut out on game 3, recording cut out, and I didn't notice. So, game 2 ended with us drawing that third land in order to make constructs. We finally got our lands, made some constructs, beat down, won that game. Then game 3 was actually really interesting because we, on the draw, thought seized and saw double Brotherhood's End. So we took one and then kind of had to play around the second one. They had a bunch of rituals, no finisher, just the double removal. So we had to play around that. Ended up running out a couple artifacts. They wiped in order to have Fomori Vault not be able to dig. And then we played an Urza Saga and killed them with that. Good games. Sorry that the video footage got corrupted or cut out and I didn't notice it. But let's keep the wins going in game 4. Alrighty, about time we started on the draw, and I am hopefully keeping an eye on recording software so we don't lose any games again. I like this hand. It's missing hand disruption, but you will take this 10 times out of 10. Ooh, bit of sirens going by. Hoping those don't show up in the audio, but you never know. You gotta hit keep. I can't just hit 6. That's how that works. Because that's why. Alright, immediately thinking counter spells and Urza Saga being important. So we're just gonna lead on Ancient Stirrings. Grab a lantern. Any order. Definitely would love some hand disruption given that basic island. Oh, Sultai. Frog. Graveyard. Okay, well, we are playing Grafdigger's Cave. Oh, Cascade. I gotcha. So bridge is gonna be important. When they get back, oh, yeah, the Shardless Agent. Alright, Urza Saga, and Codex Shredder, and the Lantern of Insight, and they're definitely cascading of some variety. I just don't know if this is a Sultai Rhinos or Living End. This feels like more Living End colors. Yeah, I'll put subtlety. I mean, subtlety is bad against us, so that's fine. Move a time counter from it. Yeah, that's fine. Shouldn't be attacking anyway. Okay, Urza Saga. We're just gonna run out of bridge. We have 2, so even if they have like Force of Negation or something like that. So Urza Saga. And then alright, you got boom. Ensnaring Bridge. See what you have for this. 5 cards in hand. I mean, Sink into Stupor is probably. Ooh, we do have 2 bridges, which is good. Endurance is something to take note of. Shardless Agent. Yeah. So Codex Shredder, it is nice that we have 2 Codex Shredders because of how popular Endurance is. Well, I guess it's not that popular. Living End, yeah, you got it. No, 4 permanent cards, non-avatar creature card, or a planeswalker card. Came back. Another Shardless Agent. I mean, he's more than welcome to Living End if he wants again. I don't care. I guess he can use Subtlety to put Shardless Agent back on top of his deck, and that's what he's gonna do. One target non-land. Huh. Well, that is gonna be a good card, Living End, actually. That's new since I was playing regularly. So blue is gonna be something to take note of. Shardless Agent, again, we're fine with them having. We're gonna put these two onto the stack. We're just gonna tap this for mana. And then, yeah, Grafdigger's Cage actually does nothing against Living End. We're looking at Welding Jar. I think because we have another Shredder in hand and more, well, and another one on top, we could do this. We're gonna play the second bridge because Sink into Stupor, this guy all do one target permanent. So having multiple bridges is important. And then, yeah, I don't know exactly how Living End can come back from this. It's kind of funny that we're only going to have 2 lands in a couple turns, but not a big worry. And yeah, if you want to cast Living End again, go for it. The reason Living End doesn't work with around Grafdigger's Cage is it exiles everything from the graveyard and then puts exile target artifact or enchantment. So he spent green, so he's going to exile something. Now, again, this is why we play multiple bridges. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like if... Should we be milling ourselves? I want to get rid of the Street Wraith for sure. I think we risk it. Do we make... No, we're just gonna go get probably a Pixis of Pandemonium because they have endurance. And there's gonna be some stuff we want to just exile. And there's no instant speed cascade. The Violent Outburst's gone. Unless it's randomly been unbanned, and I don't know about that. That would be a little funny. So again, these cards are new. Really hoping they don't have another one. Because they do both seem to deal with Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, why does it have to exile? Wizards, can we not just go back to destroy? I think that was a better time when destroying is what we did. And we're gonna start milling. Yeah, that we wanna force negation we definitely don't want you to have. Again, this is Scry 1. It's like a very traditional Living End card. We're gonna make the constructs. They don't really do anything, but they do mean if they think the other Pixis. Like the only thing the constructs mean is if they find an answer to bridge, we're not immediately dead because they can only attack with the flyer. And we'll have more power on board than they will. Because we already have a bridge resolved, I'm not too worried about Curator of Mysteries. Though I would like to get Hand Disruption at some point, just to... Like, it kind of seems like they might still have something, given that we have 5 mill rocks and they're not conceding. Yeah, we're gonna Pexis that, because they do have cards that get instants back. Yeah, you can draw Living End. That's fine. Pithing Needle does not help me. Because I wonder if they have Endurance in hand. And that's what they're waiting on. I can't say no to another Urza Saga. And another ensnaring bridge does. I mean, if they had something, they would have played it by now. Yeah, like I'm not crazy for thinking that. Okay, we can stack fetch lands, but that's fine. Like, are they just gonna hard cast Living End or suspend Living End? I guess they can't hard cast it. It's kind of crazy that it's like 5 mana plus wait 3 turns for that effect. That well before power creep. But yeah, like usually suspend spells are cheaper than they would be. Oh, it's 4 mana. About 4 mana in 3 turns. I guess it's still a pretty good effect. Yeah, so he spent blue to return up to one other target non-land permanent. So that is probably that. I mean, that's going to be my ensnaring bridge, right? Oh, he's bouncing the construct. I mean, I don't like that. Does he have another one? Okay. Really? I think just the way he's played that makes it seem like he has to have that exile answer to bridge, right? Because if you had if that was your answer to bridge, you just blow up bridge, right? Like he's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much, but I don't. I think we should just make more constructs. I probably should respond to this trigger because I don't want it in the graveyard. Uh, Surveil one, I don't have a problem with it in the graveyard because when it comes back off Living End, there was not green spent to cast it. Street Wraith, I don't want him getting. Okay, Inquisition, that's beautiful. I see. Okay, now he's doing blue, so now he's gonna bounce Ensnaring Bridge, right? Inquisitions. Okay, it's actually a rough matchup for Inquisition. Yeah, now he's targeting Ensnaring Bridge, but I do have two. Like I'm gonna have two 10/10s, so he can attack with subtlety. When it enters or attacks, mill 4 cards, then he can get a creature planeswalker. Oh, yeah, so he's gonna be able to get back. Endure. Yeah, I think we're dead because both of these can get back. Wistfulness. Returns Hail Forger. Okay. Why would you not return Wistfulness? Like, am I missing something? Yeah, so you got Wistfulness with that one. I am gonna have to dig for a Thoughtseize. We're gonna make another. And this deals 5 damage, 5/5. We're gonna go to blocks. We're gonna block this and this because these two both do the same. And we don't want. Maybe we shouldn't kill them because he can reanimate them with the Living End. Oh, I guess we could have used Haywire Might actually. We should have chunked some more. Um, what are you doing here? Wistfulness? Why is he playing it now? Okay. So the question is, do we mill ourselves in order to get a Thoughtseize? to like be really sure. Problem is these overlords. These are actually bad. Non-avatar creature card. Let's him get endurance back. And we don't have any straight exile in them. I think we just go with Inquisition. Actually, Inquisition allows us to... If we make another construct, we have 2 creatures and we're facing down 13 damage, but we can block these 2. Is there a route we can get him to 9, 10? Get cookbook is 11, make an artifact is 12. 13. No, we can't kill him. I mean, if he has living end, he doesn't have haste. So, yeah, it's 10. Yeah, putting him at 2 isn't helpful here. Actually, Grafdigger's Cage is good against Halo, the one that I think it lets you cast from the graveyard. I do not want to get endurance. Yeah, so this lets him cast from the graveyard. These are all Cascade, but usually they only have 3 living ends. So then it's just subtlety that I care about. Good call on the Grafdigger's Cage against Hail Forger. There's not really... It's game 1, we gotta be more aware of clock. Oh, I guess we take an agent. It doesn't... Well, we'll take the living end, because if he has more living ends in the deck, it's all the same. Now the only question is, do we attack? So if we attack, he does not have any way of getting rid of... Let's just do this. Sorry, I'm trying to think through what I'm gonna do, and then also say it out loud. Yeah, well, we closed off a Hail Forger. So if we attack, he goes down to 4. He then has 5, 10, 13. We can block 5 and 1. Except he can swing. We block this. 3 gets through. We go down to 4. Then he plays double Shardless Agent, and he has 2 blockers for us. So then those 2 chump. So yeah, attacking is not viable. He is at 19 cards though, so milling him out is... We don't want him to get endurance. Misty Rainforest he can have, that's totally fine. Now the question is, does he have another... Is one of these 17 cards a living end? Or does he only play 3? Because the other thing is we can just free resolve an Ensnaring Bridge now, and then we're fine. Fails to find Forester Island, that's a good sign. Definitely going to have to pick up the play a bit in game 2, and probably switch out one of the Grafdigger's Cage in the sideboard for something like a Soul Guide Lantern. Or Relic of Progenitus. Something like that. So he's going to swing with the flyer. Yeah, hit us down to 4. But then we're just going to mill the subtlety because we don't want him to have a flyer. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's like 6 cards a turn. I think we can just pretty aggressively mill him here. Well, Force Negation we don't want him to have. Fortunately, he doesn't have any way of drawing it. So we're just going to do this, this, This snaring bridge. And then what does he have? No, we're not going to attack with the Haywire. I mean, we could just have it die and then come back if he somehow plays it, but I think we just have this game. We're gonna mill a Force of Negation. Yeah, unfortunately the clock management has not been great this game. Uh, yeah, I think you can have a subtlety. Endurance, however, you cannot have super concern. Yeah, clock management has not been great. We've used just over 10 minutes on game 1, so we're gonna have to clean that up in game 2. In terms of the actual playing the game, I don't hate how we played it. Is he casting Shardless Agent? Like if he has something like Shardless Agent, like good game. I am gonna use Pixis on Endurance just because I like exiling them instead. Mill Curator. See, he's not quite milled out. Oh, Besieger Who Endures. That would be a good card to Pixis. And then Deceit, that seems like a mill target. And then you're at 8 cards in deck, and I can mill you for 6. Underworld's Cookbook. Yeah, unfortunately, we gotta kill him next turn. Well, we'll see how the time goes. I'm actually getting a little bit concerned about it. 14 minutes. Really, I mean, if game 2 is like a quick win for either person, hey, that's pretty cool. I mean, he's just dead, right? I've seen your whole deck, buddy. I mean, definitely make me play it out. If you are playing against Lantern and you have the time, make them play it out because maybe that's not what I should be saying. If you have something better to do with your time, just scoop. But I mean, technically, we should be able to kill you in time. And last card is Endurance. I guess I didn't exile that one. What do you got now? Alright, on to game 2. Sideboarding. On Voidmere. Prismatic endings are useless. Non-creature spells with mana value 4 or greater does not hit Living End because it has a mana value of 0. Torpor Orb we want. So Damping Sphere can technically slow them down for a turn. And then Extirpate is also very good. Snaring Bridge is essential. Grafdigger's Cage usually would come out against Living End because they're playing the Halo Forger. I almost want to leave it in there. I don't know if that's crazy. Haywire Might's gonna come out. They weren't playing Late Line Binding or anything like that. Underworld's Cookbook can't come out. So if Underworld's Cookbook is coming out, that means something like Hushbringer can go in. I think that's our next best. Yeah, like so much of their removal in game 1 was all exile and bounce based. Like Sink into Stupor, the 2 elementals they had, both of those seemed very good. Um, so we shall see. Okay, the problem with this is like it's a really good hand that depends on Ancient Stirring finding a bridge. And I don't know if that's good enough. So I think we're gonna mulligan. And this is not good. Probably could have kept that. Could make an argument for that. Oh. cancel. But Glitter Void and the pathway back. Done. We'll see. This might be a quick game. Fifthing Needle for Boseiju still a very relevant card in the meta. I guess we could have left in Welding Jar for it. Inquisition, you. Well, probably take four. I think we take sync and then try to play around fours. It's gonna be an uphill battle though. This is just not what I want. I just do not want to slow. You know, 3 of 4 cards. Let's see if you drew another blue card for Force Negation. You did. Curator of Mysteries. Oh yeah, I mean, obviously Force of Vigor is still really bad. We go Hushbringer next turn. A little bit unfortunate. Okay, he did put it on top. A little bit unfortunate that we left him with Force and he just immediately punished us for it. Force plus mystery card. Overlord of the Bale Marks. Bale. Deceit. Okay, okay. I wonder what he takes here. I do like Hushbringer now with all these more cards from Living End. Like it used to not really be a card that would come in against Living End. It's still probably not because Living End destroys it. Would love. I mean, I don't even need an extra pay right now. Ancient Stirring's the best card to take. I think we play out the Urza Saga. We gotta force him to use Force of Vigor on it. And then we're just gonna F6, try to make up a bit of time when he has to make more decisions. He has Force of Vigor and a mystery card. If it's not a land, that's good for us. Because, like, we're gonna try to kill him before he can do too much about it. Although if he draws a land, he can't Force a Vigor on Saga and the Construct. And I mean, he shouldn't pitch Force here. I would love it if he decided he needed to pitch Force. That would be probably the best thing that could happen. Okay, Misty Rainforest, so we can force both constructs. I mean, Gaddock Teague like would be good here, but the problem is it's also a creature that dies to Living End. So there's that. I wonder if he like okay, is he gonna play Force? If he plays Force, I at least get a construct out of it. That's something. I guess maybe he doesn't want me getting Pithing Needle. Like I'll still take a 1/1. It's something. So he's played Force, so he has Force and Mystery card. I mean, I fully played this Saga, wanting it to get blown up. Like, yeah, you blow those two up. Draw hopefully a land for Pithing Needle. And then Pithing Needle. And we're gonna name Boseiju. Boseiju, who endures. And then just swing in with the Hushbringer. And then F6ing to hopefully make up some time. We're down 2.5 minutes. Okay, he does nothing. Boom, boom. Torpor Orb, just to make the construct bigger. Now we're hitting for 4. And I think we hold Glimmer Void here, just in case he has a big artifact wipe. He's gonna flash in Subtlety. Yeah, that's gonna eat the Hushbringer. Yeah. Okay. Didn't totally think that through. At least we do have a Torpor Orb. That's a bit of redundancy for it. Oh, he's going attacking. He might have... Okay, my life total is... Is he gonna flash in another one? Endurance. Okay. I mean, we're very much not in good shape here. Problem is, if you just... Like, we're kind of forced to attack. Because if we just sit back, I mean, he flashes Endurance in anyway. And we're down to only 2 minutes down. Yeah, we are on a 4-turn clock, though. This helps us a touch. Yeah, I think we're just going to go to game 3. All right. We had a chance. We go down just under 10 minutes left, which is winnable. I wonder if we want Tezzeret instead of Hushbringer. Just because Hushbringer dies. And I think on the play, yeah, with our hand disruption, I mean, Tezzeret can really close a game out, really put games away. So I think that's worth it. Definitely a long game. We're still over half an hour on this one already. Looks like it's still recording, so not losing too much more footage. Yes, on the play, we would like to go first, and we would not like to mulligan. That looks like going first and not mulliganing. We can go Thoughtseize and then lock next turn. Oh, he mulls to 6. Come on, go to 5. Go to 5. 5 cards looks very tempting. Not tempting enough. Okay, Courtyard. Thoughtseize. We're gonna have to go quick. We're gonna take the Overlord because it lets him do something. Endurance we'll worry about later. We got another Thoughtseize for that. Especially when he doesn't have... So he has 1 unknown in hand. So we're gonna Lantern. Abhorrent Oculus. Honestly, this is fine. I don't really have a problem with him getting that. Yeah, because Oculus, I mean, it manifests Red, but if we have Bridge, it's not a May ability, so it just mills him faster. Now this Endurance is going to be annoying. Okay, Curator of Mysteries. So he has the Oculus in hand. So his hand is this plus Oculus. Shardless Agent. Yeah, we don't really want him to get a Shardless Agent. Extirpate, on the other hand. He just Thoughtseize here. Yeah, I think Thoughtseize plus double rock. Yeah, we're taking the Endurance for sure. And then you're gonna fix this again. And now it's just a matter of whether or not we can I'd like him to crack his fetch, because I don't want Shardless Agent. It feels bad milling Extirpate. I would love for him to play. Yeah, go for it, shuffle. Yeah, Sink into Stupor, you're gonna leave on top because that's a good card for you. Honestly, I'm gonna mill Torpor Orb because I also want to get rid of Sink into Stupor. And I think he only plays one. Yeah, I think that's right. So he's gonna cycle that away. He has those, well, those. Hail Forger is also a good card to get rid of. I will get rid of Street Wraith. Look at me milling another Extirpate. I mean, the thing is, okay, I'm gonna mill it with Pixis. If I don't mill it and he has something to draw, he's just gonna use Street Wraith to go get it. Yeah, I can't let him. Well, I could because I have 2 ensnaring bridges. And he can't deal 16 to me in 1 turn. Like, maybe that's wrong, but I'm gonna play one, he's gonna counter it, I'm gonna play a slam the other. He's gonna play Oculus. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so he's gonna get 5. I mean, he's gonna deal 7 damage to me. He will put me to 9, but he's also gonna get rid of the subtlety in his hand, so. Manifest Dread puts 1 in the bottom, face down, and then the other into his graveyard. Okay, yeah, Manifest Dread, you got it. So it was something else. I don't want him to draw this Overlord because it actually lets him do something. Ensnaring Bridge. Force. Pitch Subtlety. Alrighty. So then on your upkeep, we're gonna Pixis. And then Curator of Mysteries, Urza Saga. Yeah, I think we let you have that. It does mean we gotta play a bit slower. Yeah, you're gonna hit us for 7. And then the Oculus, it kind of messes up the timing of mills a little bit because we can't mill on his end step and then like have that be the card he draws the next turn, which is a bit weird. Yeah, Manifest. Okay, he put this we're not gonna let him have. We're gonna play an Urza Saga. And then we're gonna play. We're getting close to 5 minutes. Ensnaring Bridge. No. Yeah, you can cycle. I do not want you to draw Wistfulness. Forest cycling, that's fine. Go get yourself a forest. He wants to keep his answers in the deck. He is fully playing exactly how you should play against Lantern. Use every, like, use your cycling abilities, stock them up when you can. They wanted to suspend it. So he mills 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards a turn. He doesn't have any black mana. I mean, I think he can play Living End. That's fine. If he wants to suspend it, go for it. Endurance? Nah, none of that around here. Like, okay, he's not suspending it. I think if he suspended it, he might have had like an outside shot. I want the Kodak Shredder. And he has to mill it away anyway. Yeah, we're gonna draw. Saga's gonna trigger. And then with 6 minutes, I mean, it's going to be probably a bit closer than I'd like, but I don't see any way we don't mill him out. I'm not I'm not sweating at this point. I think we got it. Would love to name You're Already Dead, but we are like pixising all his answers away just because it's like slightly more correct. I guess I was talking about singing earlier. Another thing I do is talk with my hands. And without any video, you don't really see me talking with my hands. I mean, you can draw another Oculus. I would love that. Chef's kiss. Yeah, you can build Overlord. Actually, I don't really, oh, honestly, I think I should have maybe picked this in response so he couldn't put that into his graveyard. Play Oculus? Okay, I mean, buddy, you're just speeding up your clock. I know you have no answer. Yeah, as much as I want that Thoughtseize to double check, uh, part of me knows we're also fine. Yeah, I do want that. Well, it's gonna get Manifested Dread. You can flip them up. You can't attack with them, and they don't enter the battlefield. So, I mean, continue to mill yourself 4 every turn. Yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna do this. Tap. No, we might as well make a construct. We're gonna play the land anyway. I was thinking we could use it on Fomori Vault, but I don't think there's any point in that. We're just gonna get another Codex Shredder, and then we're milling him for 5, and he's milling himself for 4, so that's 9 a turn, so he has like 3 more turns. And Mistrise Village on top, that's totally fine. Ooh, split cards. That's fine. And then we're gonna Pixis. And then Pixis. Pixis? Well, I kind of like how, well, it doesn't matter at this point. Endurance. I kind of, oh, Manifest Dread away. No, I guess I could have melded with Codex Shredder. I know what he has, it doesn't matter. I do want the land, because then when I use Fomori Vault, I can put 15 cards. I take out 5, he takes out... Okay, I mean, 4 minutes isn't nothing. So we're gonna Pixis. Yeah, I probably could have Fomori Vaulted to get the Urza Saga to play the Urza Saga, but not really any point in that. I think we are committing to just using Pixis to mill him out for the most part, unless it's like lands that we're getting rid of. Fails to find, but shuffles away. I mean, so we mill you 4 down to 9, you mill yourself 5. Yeah, we got him. In plenty of time. Who says Lantern takes a long time to win? They give you 25 minutes, you should use 25 minutes. I don't see what the problem is. Yeah, Manifest Dread. And okay. Manifest Dread. Once again, not a May ability. You are forced to Manifest Dread. I also actually think this doesn't work with... Yeah. If you play Grafdigger's Cage with this, I believe least how it did work was that it just put milled 2. What are you tapping mana for? What did you turn face up? Oh. You have a 2/2 that says whenever I cast a non-creature spell, I lose 2 life. In Living End. Living End is bringing in a 2-drop against us. Against me. I mean, Fomori Vault turns everything I draw into a land. So I don't care. That is objectively hilarious, though. Are you just going to flip up all your manifests? I would love to see all sorts of obscure sideboard cards you brought in for me. Manifested creature number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You got more manifests? I got all day. So we're going to fix this. And then I'm going to mill you. That's going to be a long video. And then I'm going to fix this. Yeah, we've had some long matches. We're going to be pushing 2 hours. Talk about watch time. No, in all seriousness, if you're still watching right now, huge thank you. I hope you enjoy Lantern as much as I do, and I hope you're learning something. So based on there's probably not that many of you still watching right now, but there'll be some. So I appreciate you. Anything you want to see, drop a comment. It says, hey, I was listening at the end of match 4, and I would love to see this, and I will definitely do it for you. So looking forward to game 5. We're already at a 3-1. Looking to turn that into a 4-1. All right, wrapping up this league on the draw. Not a big deal, evens out. No, double saga. Don't know what we're up against. They're mulliganing. We can take another one here. I think we can do a lot better. Yeah, this is what I meant when I said we can do a lot better. And I think we put cookbook on the bottom. I think we like having 3 lands. I think it does the least for our strategy. The one thing is we don't have a lot of fetch lands. Our only real ways of searching the deck are for is through Urza Saga, so it can be hard to, like, if we put something on the bottom, not really any guarantee we're gonna see it anytime soon. Omen Hawker definitely gonna be in some sort of artifact combo deck. What that artifact combo deck is gonna be, I don't know. Let's see if we can bait a counter spell, because I would rather Lantern Resolve here. I guess we'll grab Lantern. Mana only to activate abilities. What does Omen Hawker go with? My answer is I don't know. Mirrored Crab. Fair enough. That is a counter spell. No, I will not pay 3, and we're just gonna skip through. Yeah, I don't know. There could definitely be a combo with it. Like if you give it like freed from the real type, like untap it, and then you'd have to sink the mana into like Walking Ballista. So Pithing Needle off this Urza Saga is probably going to be important. They can pay 2 to draw a card. So they're gonna draw cards. So it has 2 counters on it. I mean, I think we're just going for the Saga beatdown plan. Here we're actually gonna put this on green because if we draw, like if something happens in a land, like our artifacts get blown up, it's like Ancient Stirrings is more helpful, I guess. Um, Yeah, draw a card. Honestly, that works pretty well together. That's some cards. They're gonna hit for 3. Wonder if they have a Tishana's Tidebinder here. They do fortunately only have one counter left on this, so they can't put a stun counter on our construct. Ghost Quarter, that will blow up Saga. They should use it for sure. I mean, you have to use Ghost Quarter, right? Yeah. Yes, we would like to grab a swamp. Interesting deck across from us. Now, here's the question. Do we prismatic ending this or this? Lantern of Insight. Should have played the... They have another crab. It's going to look bad that we didn't play Glimmer Void. Draw a card. Okay. Another one, but we have another prismatic ending. So I think, yeah, we just start taking out these lock mirrors. And then just start getting in with our 3/3. I mean, they should have something for it. And then the question is, do I want them to draw it? It is like 3 cards. So the answer is probably not. But if they want to use instant speed card draw in their upkeep to draw it, that's fine. Exile target non-land permanent. Yeah, it's just an enchantment version of Portable Hull. I mean, we have a prismatic ending on top, so I don't love giving it to them. Okay, Demolition Field. We're seeing Ghost Quarter, Demolition Field. Not a good combo for us so far because we only play one basic land. Yeah, you got it. I wonder if he goes after the... No, he goes after the Codex Shredder. Okay. Field of Ruin. Is that a May ability? No, we have to search. I wonder if he uses it to stop us from getting... Okay, he doesn't. We're going to play this on white, so we have white, black, and green in... Okay, so we're going to spend 1 here. I kind of don't want him activating this Field of Ruin because they are very much just strip mines against us. If he has like Mirror Shell Crab, we got to pay 3. That's a big ability. Okay, he's going to make a 3/3 with Shark Typhoon and get a demo field. Okay, I think at this point, yeah, I'm okay trading this construct off. Oh, this is Lockmare. I'm again, I mean, just the fact that it's instant speed card draw, 3 times repeatable instant speed card draw. Spell Snare is a dead card. So they are playing a lot of counter magic. That's good to know. I think I'm going to hold the Glimmer Void in hand for a while, just to make them think it could be something. But yeah, Spell Snare is useless. If they start activating Field of Ruin, that wouldn't be great. I don't, well, I guess it would shuffle away the counter spell. Yeah, okay, that's something. Okay, you're gonna hit me for 4 and steal the construct, which is gonna be a 2/2. Okay, I actually don't really like the position we're in right now. Here's the question. So they steal this, it's a 2/2. That gives them 5, 6 power. So then that puts us on a 2-turn clock. I think we take the Thoughtseize, and then have to keep them Do we Thoughtseize? They can blow up 2 of our lands. Let's just go to combat, let them steal the construct. I think we want to use Shredder to mill ourselves, and I think... Hmm. I mean, if they have another... No, we gotta let... It's tough, because I want to just be able to mill ourselves twice, because we are gonna... We need a bridge. We have the Thoughtseize. They're attacking, so they're not using it on Field of Ruin. If they... I mean, if they go Omen Hawker turn 1 and then Field of Ruin on turn 2 and are popping that, that is not good for us. Yeah, I'm thinking Tidebinder, something like that. If we get an Ensnaring Bridge on top, they can even shuffle it away. So we're gonna do this. And Lantern's not good enough, so we gotta shuffle. Now they won't be able to use Field of Ruin. Pretty nimble obstructionist. Yeah, okay, GG's. That was interesting. Now the question is, what do we want for them? I think Needle, because of Field of Ruin, a lot of the card draw Needle seemed really good against. They're playing blue-white, so Welding Jar is going to be useless. Are the ETBs going to matter? Like Nimble Obstructionist is the cycle ability. I don't think so. Grafdigger's Cage didn't seem to do anything. Haywire Might will be good. Cookbook I don't think does much. We're going to bring in Tezzeret. And then they are playing Counter Magic. Honestly, I think we bring in the extra needle and cut Cookbook because of how bad Field of Ruin and Demolition Field are for us. Like those cards are actively terrible. And the fact that they can get them off so early. I mean, this would be great if we didn't have Glimmer Voids. Big fan of Glimmer Void. It was not it right there. I mean, this doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel like this hand does a whole lot, but I think it has enough disruption that we can do this. And then Needle on Field of Ruin. And should be... if I could type. I guess that doesn't show up. Yeah, sorry about the card naming on Pithing Needle not showing up. We'll get it fixed. I think it's just a weird deck that's going to end up being a weird matchup. Oh, the Enigma Jewel. Yeah, it comes back as something like cool. I'm guessing it's important to them. But we're going to Thoughtseize, see what they're working with. Flash Flying Vigilance, when it enters, gets X1/1 counters and draw a bunch of cards. I mean, does he think we search a lot? And Shark Typhoon. Holy Land Disruption. That's gonna be annoying to deal with. I think that's fine, right? Like if it's, I mean, maybe that's his win con, but I think we take Shark Typhoon because I think that's a bigger problem right now. And then we're just gonna Prismatic Ending the Enigma Jewel because we don't want him using the demo field the next turn. Holy, they are, yeah, with Enigma Jewel and Omen Hawker, that's a lot of things that can have turn 2 Field of Ruin, turn 2 demo field. Okay, he plays a plane, or plays an island, which it is what he drew for turn. So we at least know that. We're just gonna play Pixis. And then drop Pathway. We don't really have any singletons that we care about. Okay, so he's gonna flash in his 1/1 flyer. Yeah. So we still know his hands. Oh, actually gets a 1/1 counter and draws a card every time we shuffle. That's, yeah. Demo field is a May. We have one though. Yes, we're gonna get our swamp. Okay, so we played demo field. Yeah, maybe we should have taken this Wan Shi Tong Librarian. Yeah, well, that's not what we want to draw at this stage of the game. Maybe we'll activate Pixis. I am definitely open to activating the second ability of Pixis. Do I think it'll be good? No. If I'm desperate, am I willing to do it? Yeah. Especially with the Ghost Quarter probably coming down. Especially because it can destroy our basic land, but he does play the plains. So maybe he has something white. Okay, yeah, he does. He has the Seam Rip. Probably going after Pithing Needle. And I mean, this is just not it right here. Yeah, we are not coming back from this one. Well, I will take a 3 and 2. Overall, I felt, apart from going against this nonsense, I think I felt pretty happy with the deck. I mean, definitely a cool idea. Maybe this is meta. Maybe I'm totally roasting this as a brew, and this is like, yeah. Oh boy. Well, he knows it's over now. Wish him GG's. Let him finish us off with the bird. And then we'll get to wrapping up. Omen Hawker. Yeah, I mean 4 damage a turn. Okay, he played Field of Ruin, which means he still has Ghost Quarter. I mean, I think we have to kill this guy. Cancel. Play this land, just in case he has Mirror Shell Crab. That buys us a couple more turns. We're getting 2 lands off from Pixis being activated. Only has 3 cards under it, but that could be Codex Shredder Lantern and Ensnaring Bridge. If we activate Pixis and those 3 cards come out, I am going to be a little cheesed that that's what we milled. All the lands in the world. We are 1 away from Pixis, and I will activate it just for the fun. It will probably get Nimble Obstructionists. I mean, it is only 4 cards. Another Pixis. We're just going to start ripping both of them. Now, I don't know which one has... Oh, dear. Don't exile with the... I don't know which one has 5 cards and which one has 1 card. Now, that is interesting. Okay, and he's going to start drawing cards. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind just drawing a land just to spin Pixis, because I don't think it's ever anything I've done on the channel, and to be honest, I'm not sure I've ever done it in paper either. Ghost Quarter, yeah, this is why it's not gonna happen. Okay, okay, come on, land. Counterspell. If he has a conditional counter, it's not good. Okay, demo field. I mean, we're gonna use the pixies on ourselves. But I think we're gonna Pixis here because we need bridge. Can have the Lockmare. Ooh, Hall Storm Giants is good. Maybe we should just be Pixising for a land. What does he go after? Okay. Well, like if we draw Prismatic Ending, it does buy us like another turn, so I don't hate it. Like it buys us a good couple turns because then I mean, well, he swings with Omen Hawker that hits this down to 4. Then we have like 4 turns. Okay, maybe that was a bit disrespectful to put that early, but GG's in the chat. Yeah, so he hits us for 4. If he has a counterspell, it doesn't matter. Now, what's more fun? Playing Pixis or playing Prismatic Ending, hoping he doesn't have a counterspell, or activating Pixis to hope to draw land to then spend 7 on it. Given the fact that he can just upgrade a Lockmare, I think we have to do this and hope we get a land, because this one he can just make 4 power by drawing cards. So, I mean, the less fun option is to just play Bridge and hope he doesn't have a counterspell. If he does have a counterspell, though, yeah, Ceremonious Rejection. Okay, we'll let him kill us, but yeah, we kind of figured we were dead for a while there. Yeah, no shot of Pixis activating. And he swings in, and we're dead. But overall, 3-2, which I'm not unhappy with. So let's go to talk about the deck. All right, so just some concluding thoughts on that league. I think overall pretty successful. You know, we beat Eldrazi in the first round, and then Hollow One kind of got away from us. I think overall Hollow One, I'm not really interested in changing too much for. We then beat Living End and Charbelcher. Was pretty happy with both of those games, and then that last round, that mono blue. I think that's just a hard matchup for us because they're the multiple axes they're attacking on. So in terms of going forward, I think the Grafdigger's Cage in the sideboard is going to switch to something else. Something that actually removes the graveyard instead of just prevents it from coming back. I think that's useful against Living End. Something like Reanimate. I mean, Grafdigger's Cage is good against Reanimator. The other thing is we're going to look at Prismatic Ending and Gaddock Teague, just how those two cards work together. Kind of hadn't thought too much about the X because the Gaddock Teague was really good in the sideboard. So the new sideboard cards I think performed really well. The Void Mirror and Damping Sphere really shut down that Eldrazi deck. The Welding Jars were very good. Gaddock Teague was fantastic. So overall, really like where this list is. I'm probably going to update some of my other lists. Probably were. I don't know exactly what the next league is going to be, but it won't be, probably won't be Abzan. Maybe get some Profane Tutor in there. Um, yeah, overall, really happy with the list. Really appreciate you sticking around. If you skipped forward to the end just to see how it did, we went 3-2. Drop what we should play in the comments, and I guess we can open the treasure chest. I'm gonna hope it works. We're gonna sort some stuff out. Okay, so like we said, go 3-2. A little bit of treasure chest opening. And ooh, from your graveyard. Cool. Seems somewhat janky. And Spawn Right. Classic. Remember playing, I think it came in the Jace vs. Vraska dual deck, which is an early product I had. Thought it was pretty good at the time. This seems slow and commandery, but it's cool looking. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.